Good morning, y'all. It is early in the morning. But I had to come on here and do this quick word. I got it yesterday. I was having a moment. I was worshiping, and I heard Esther in my spirit, and I started reading Esther, the book of Esther. And I've read the book of Esther before, and this time the revelation that I got from it while I was reading it. Well, I read I think it was the first three chapters, and while I was reading it, I heard relinquish in my spirit. And what I got from it, because at the first beginning of the that book, it talks about Vashti, Queen Vashti, and how she disobeyed the king, and she had to pretty much relinquish her title. He took her title from her. She was no longer the queen, and they replaced her with Esther or whatever. And while I was reading it, I heard the word relinquish, and it came to me that I don't know if this is for the person that's on the receiving end or the person that actually needs to surrender and relinquish what it is that they have. But it came to me that it's time for someone to give up something that they know don't belong to them. It belongs to someone else. And they're steady trying to hold on, steady trying to keep what it is that they know don't belong to them. And God is calling for you to relinquish it, to release it, to let it go, to surrender. To surrender. You will not have any peace until you do it. Until you surrender, you release what it is that you have that you know don't belong to you. You're not going to get any peace. And if you're wondering why you having all this going on or whatever, or if it's so much that you can't handle right now, it's because you need to let go. It's time for you to let it go. Yeah, Vashti came, but she had to go. Queen Vashti had to go. Her time was up. And God is saying your time is up. Yeah, there was a place for you in the beginning, because everything is a part of somebody's process. It's a part of somebody's story. And it's time for that story to end. It's time for a new story, a new chapter for you. If you really want to be happy and want to live without having to deal with, you want a peaceful life, then you want the life of what God has for you. And if you're holding on to something that clearly has shown you that is not for you, is you need to let it go, and you're trying to hold on to it, then you're only hurting yourself, because you're blocking your own true blessings and what God has for you. There's something else better out there that He has for you. So you gotta let that go. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but it's time for you to move on and let it go. Surrender and do all that God has shown you. I feel like God has already shown you. God has already told you. You feel it deep down inside that it's time. And this is your confirmation that it's time for you to let it go. I know everybody looks for prophetic words that they want to hear. And this is not one that people want to hear, where you got to let something go. And it's hard to let things go that you want to hold on to and you want to keep in your life. Trust me, I have been there recently where I had to let some people go, some things go. But trust me, in the end, you're going to feel so much peace. I promise you, you're going to have so much peace when you let them go. So take heed to this message. I hope it gets into the right hands, into the right ears, because God is watching your moves. He's watching your next move, and He's waiting on you to do what you're supposed to do. So again, take heed to this message, and God bless.